is on the left. NaVi fired up. Vitality, they've got to dig deep to come up with answers to the problems and the momentum that NaVi picked up after that previous map. We're into this now, pistol round beginning, and already it's one of these slow, grimy defaults out of the NaVi T side.
Yeah, ready to pop mid later in the round. We've got players holding either bomb site. They're more so waiting to see the reaction of Vitality. Will anyone aggress on this CT side? That's the question that NaVi have in mind. And when no one does, they'll eventually commit to this mid take. Question is, which site does it end up on? This is very sweaty. And Vitality aren't biting. They're not making that mistake of walking into this default. Top con smoke here for Electronic. There's no kit for Vitality, full armor. Bombs coming out from the middle. Will it be going catwalk into B though? Because you'll notice Perfecto is still in apartments with Util. This A Util looks like a fake, and ZywOo has spotted that. Shocks up on short, getting one. ZywOo helps out, and only the bomb makes it to ladder, but not for too long. Bit put down, leaves this split just down to Perfecto in the apartments, and he won't last long either. What a win for Vitality. A shot received.
Yeah, quite the fashion to start this one off in, right? NaVi try to run what we're used to seeing out of them, one of these slow creeps, and Vitality just brush it aside. Already a nice indication that Vitality are going to have a little bit more to offer here on the familiar proving grounds of Mirage. Force buy back in for NaVi. They want to keep the pressure on. They want to try and do to Team Vitality what they did to them on Nuke.
Yeah, Deeks on Mirage, always a delight. But this is a hard angle to clear for NaVi if they want to come out under, with Vitality having 3 players in middle. The guy watching under is pushed up at ZywOo, so NaVi in no hurry here, still holding for a mistake. Surely someone will drop under, they ask. Maybe ZywOo will go for a spot eventually. That or retreat into the connector. He's still got full util, so you don't want to die with all of this. And much as how the previous round went, Vitality just aren't biting. They say, fine, you want to hold? You can hold all you want. We're not coming to you. Window smoke thrown from the spawn, and so that will start to be NaVi moving in from under, taking this mid control. ZywOo's clear top mid. He does spot the bomb there at least, but Simple is the guy to watch out for.
Oh, nice little opener. All right, Simple and Bit, the Deagles getting away with murder down here in mid. Oh, that's quite the advantage for NaVi to have plucked out of the ranks of Team Vitality early on. Now they start to make their way up connector. Kyojin is really about to get tested, fully blind from the flash at ramp, and he falls as well. The force buy for NaVi looking up as they move in, taking control of the A site. I think Vitality have already stopped considering this round as a possibility.
Yeah, you hate to make the call, but the numbers alone, forget the weaponry, forget the health left on NaVi. None of that is going to be taken into account. Vitality just want to keep their guns. It's a sad way for it to go, but already off to a bit of an exciting start with the force buy being one. That's going to put Vitality on the back foot, meaning some forces are likely to come through on the CT side. And these force buys on Mirage CT can be very difficult to win without this info. And from what we've seen from the 2 rounds of play, NaVi have been extremely passive out of the gate, setting quite the precedent that they, know Vitality are going to be bringing some aggression to this half eventually. And so if NaVi keep doing that, Vitality's options are going to be limited. They're going to be left to having to stack with pistols rather than push with them. But this buy will be pretty whack.
Yeah, a game that starts off with Force by Wars is always an exciting time to find yourself in, right? If you are able to win these out, especially on the T side, if you're able to claim victory in the Force by head-to-head, you are on to a real kind of freebie in the start of the game. They get the 2 openers from Simple over here at ramp, and he's just continuing to steamroll his way into the A site. Electronic steals that kill away. Simple doing the bulk of the damage, and that has sealed the deal on a save call here out of Vitality, you imagine. That's if NaVi let them get away. Masuta back here in CT, wants to stay alive with the MP9, but look at this. Boomich is already in market, for crying out loud. Okay. He scared Boomich off of the hunt by doing that much damage, and so Masuta's carved himself a little path to get out and save. It's still only the MP9 and armor though, right? It's not like a resounding success here out of Masuta. It's just a little extra to fight up against these rifles with in the next round.
Yeah, this is like worst case scenario on the CT side when you lose second round, because for the third round you have to buy, like there's no question about it, even if you save guns like this, right? The others on 14 to 1700. So yeah, this was always the likely result for Vitality. Just left on their laurels for a few rounds here while NaVi pick up steam and pick up a lead. First gun round's not going to be till number 5 here for Vitality, so NaVi surely 3-1 up by that point. Time to just throw Masuta into the action, get him under Palace, maybe flash him into ramp. Because right now, this should be NaVi's bread and butter. Full eco for the other, or not surviving players here of Vitality. And Simple again, just walks out ramp. Did it last time around, worked wonders. No one here. Vitality leaning B. They're finally pulling a USP over to spawn, and the stairs player might be able to spot stuff, but Boomich is about to ruin their day. Kyojin overwhelmed, and now NaVi start to let off the leash. Easy stuff. Mazuta's the only man to worry about, as said, and he's done some damage, sending Boomich back. I'm sure someone else can provide the cover.
Yeah, that's Simple dealing with ZywOo. It's nice, it's clean, it's what we wanted out of NaVi. Money getting made, smiles on their faces, and a third round on the board. It's Vitality going places. They've got to try and reinvest in this next round and have some kind of a response now. It is going to be lacking the AWP, I imagine, on this CT side. Masuta's got a kit, and one man in the site is Perfecto, not able to sneak some weird defuse out of that one. NaVi up onto 3, and now we have this reinvestment. As mentioned, the AWP is going to be lacking for Vitality. NaVi also, I imagine, just going to run a bonus. They've shown that they're more than willing to do this. They've got 4 rifles in play anyway. And so they're looking for a money-making round. If they pick this one up, man, this is prime NaVi condition at that point. They would have so much cash. They would be leaps and bounds ahead of the game, and they would break Vitality's money again as a result of this this force buy back and forth in the beginning of the game.
Oh, the climb up for Kyojin. Catches Simple coming up from the ramp. Legs spotted first. Nice little nade, does tag Masuta down, but it's not going to send him further than the car. Bits coming out from under, and he's got to worry about ZywOo there, tucked in the window, looking for the jump up. Smoke instead, and ZywOo really wants this kill. Bit won't give him the satisfaction. Meanwhile, with this window smoke, it gives room for Boomich to get up catwalk. But you'll notice this is not a B commit by any means of the word. Boomich would love to get a kill here to sell a fake somewhat, maybe draw a rotate, but the bomb's back up mid, and there's even a player down on ramp as well. Oh dear, ZywOo dropped on by Boomich, and that's one way to get into the window. Now NaVi can start to set this split towards the A site. Someone just needs to go back for the bomb.
Yeah, I guess that someone's going to be Boomich, right? He volunteers himself, he goes and gets it while Electronic is spearheading the assault of A. Kyojin swept aside as well. Shoxy in from Cat, trying to make a round-winning play.
He doesn't know.
Oh, Perfecto with the knife out. Perfecto. Yeah, I was going to say, goes back to the M4, and now the legs have been spotted. Shock's going to swipe him out in the connector. Bomb plant now coming in, a 2-on-2. It's given a chance to Vitality. However, Electronic is taking every single chance back in favor of the NaVi squad. It's all eyes on Shoxy. 1 versus 2. Takes that first fight to Electronic and does win it out. But the bomb, Boomich was the man to plant it. He planted it for Palace, and he set himself up in this position. Shox has got no choice but to smoke and stick, tap on the bomb, baiting a peek. Oh, Boomich! He now realizes it was all a ruse. He now realizes it was all a fake, and he's won the round to time here, even going as far to collect that last kill. Great stuff from Boomich. 4 up on the board for NaVi. And it is tricky to put a stop to Shox in those situations, right? When he gets it to the 1v1, you know Shox is fired up. He's been in these spots thousands of times before.
Yeah, did he not wonder what was going on with that con smoke, right? That just appeared out of nowhere. It was Perfecto right-clicking it just to try and hide inside of the smoke. Lovely entries from Electronic here as well, doubled up to get NaVi into that A-bomb site in the first place. And that's a 4-1 lead already. Quite the strong start for NaVi. Looking to break that 100% win rate for Vitality on this map. But again, that is only recent times, and we haven't seen a huge amount of games played. Oh, double under push. Shox and Masuta coming in on the B-Apps wrap. It's only Perfecto here, and he's just left position as well. So NaVi is setting up for an A play. Luckily, Simple is already out into the site, and so this flank might not matter at any point in the round. You can catch kills, but if NaVi can get these CT players out of position, they can set up for a post plant. Simple going in deeper. There's still one more behind the box. The site will cleared up, and now this big flank is in. Perfecto's even holding for it. He might need to be careful. That bomb going down for CT, and luckily Electronic has found out.
Yeah, he's got the info about the flank, at least spotting one of them, right? And as they turn their attention back to ramp to catch a player moving in, they're going to find Masuta as well. So 5 up on the board for NaVi. It's another very clean round. And this is what I was talking about, right? When you have these Force by Wars go on, if you win that first rifle as T, you're looking at a 5-1 scoreline. You're laughing all the way to the bank because they are just flushed with cash on the NaVi side, right? Even Simple, buying an AWP up in this round, still has $6,000 to his name. There is serious cash flow for NaVi. And for Vitality, they're going to feel like they're constantly right up against getting broken.
Not live, not live. This round, I repeat, is not live. No damage has been done. A restart will be called, and a player has crashed for NaVi's T side. Perfecto dropped, but we should be right back in. We should be fixing quick. But, yeah, luckily nothing had happened, right? No one took any spawns. No one ran out ramp. And so all problems should be solved. NaVi are readying up. And we're just going to replay that round.
Yeah, all 4 seconds of it that we got to see. No, you'd much rather that's when any tech problems creep up, right?
Exactly.
Right at the beginning. That is the ideal time for them to have encountered a problem if they were going to. And now we're right back in, so don't have to wait long. As mentioned, Simple did purchase up the AWP here, so we've got it out for NaVi, and a double AWP invested into from Team Vitality. They're hoping that can be a solution to the many, many problems that NaVi are causing.
Yeah, NaVi, whatever they had in the previous round, worth changing it up completely, calling something different. They're going to head towards B very heavily. Electronic is lurking in Palace, but you'll notice Saiwu with the AWP is still here, looking to party. Double AWP here for Vitality as well. Shox sat back on short. Masuta, who has been prone to climb up in the apartments before, is just jumping and spotting, dropping the smoke. Simple was holding that deep pixel angle with the AWP. Now it's an A split. Shown something in B, made some noise, come out under, and clearing mid together. Apex in the window. Not been smoked off here. NaVi looking to fight, and it's all contact right now. Apex, don't know how he gets that kill. Flicking down to Perfecto. 5-on-4 for Vitality, looking good.
Yeah, Shox holding the gap in this smoke, but oh, the first shot's missed. They're getting closer, Shox. Boomich chases him down. Once more, Boomich is keen to get this control of ladder, exert some pressure on the players in window, and really make it tricky for Vitality to have any idea what's going on in mid or what the intention is behind this mid control. Boomich continuing his tear is brought to a stop over on the short side. It's Masuta trying to cling on to this side of the map. Simple, they're through Con, and he's got the Glock out. tries to pistol whip Apex, but the M4 serves him well. Electronic left up in the clutch, and with only 6 seconds left, Apex has won the round by dropping the bomb at short.
That's so sad for Simple as well. If he has the AWP out, you know he's hitting that flick in time, but Glock, he doesn't have, you know, enough time to switch weapon. He just has to commit, and Apex drops him and the bomb. Sad round for NaVi there. It was all going so well after Boomich got up into the ladder room. And so NaVi, even they want to call a timeout after that one. A streak of 5 finally broken by Vitality. So get on the problem, solve it before it is even bigger. And NaVi, of course, still have loads of money off of their 5-round streak, so never going to be an issue. Yeah, this was insane.
Yeah, I really thought Perfecto had that in the bag. I think he did as well, right? Really, really smooth stuff out of Apex. The guys to open the round and the guy to win it for Vitality. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, all it takes is getting that first round on the board, right? You even think back to the game we were blessed with earlier on, Team Spirit, when they had Some Die Young win that 1v4 clutch. It almost spurred them onto a comeback versus FaZe Clan. Well, if one round can sometimes give you that push in the right direction, you're a Vitality fan, you're hoping that that was the one.
Oh, no.
Electronic, fast split out of Palace. Kyojin trades, but is spammed out. And Masuta now in sandwich, cannot deal with Simple. It's ZywOo left in the clutch. They might feed him a kill here in jungle. You don't want to give him a reason to go for this round. If you keep it 3-on-1, you probably just win. ZywOo probably just saves the AWP. Yeah. But if you entice him with a kill, and there it is, you just might have tempted the beast back into play. You've poked the bear. Simple has also pushed up into jungle, attempting to play a bit of an off angle to surprise ZywOo, and surprise him he shall.
Yeah, I think in that round, Vitality were expecting far more warning about an A play, right? We had 3 CTs on that A site, Kyojin under Balk, Masuta in sandwich, and Shox AWPing ticket. But NaVi, they just run out of Palace and they kill Shox off ticket. They get that for free. There's no response. There's no one there. The one guy who should have been holding, who really is Masuta, is tucked, which is fine, but that needs to be like communicated, right? That needs to be micromanaged. And it really just does come down to, you know, typically on an A play, you're going to be seeing smokes over ramp. You're going to get flashes. You're going to get warning. That round, you get no warning. And so the triple setup is completely made completely useless. It's just shredded. So nice round from NaVi, catching Vitality by surprise and breaking their money as well. Apex very focused, very emotional right now. He did just get dropped immediately in that round by Bit. You saw him mid, so always hard when you die first and got to watch, you know, the round fall apart like that. And not even the save of ZywOo's AWP either. So Vitality, they put together everything they have, but it's not pretty. No AWP, no kits, and even the util's a miss.
Apex attempts to block the window smoke, but wasn't able to do so. Mid control taken very, very speedily for NaVi, and it might just be a fast mid to be on the back of it. They need to be cognizant of short. This is where the only B player resides, and Boomich from that split is going to catch him. Simple AWPs another out of the round, and already if you're Vitality, you're talking about saving. The T-side calling from NaVi is a whole different beast in these games, man. Since we get off of Nuke, everything has felt so quick. It's felt so sudden. I've never seen NaVi move this fast for anything.
For sure, and it feels like, you know, because we often have Boomich like making these crazy, audacious plays. Like on this map, he loves running up catwalk and just diving into ladder. We've seen that already, but it's not usually, you know, like the rest of NaVi behind him. So many times I see Boomich do stuff like that, and it always looks so silly when he's on his own, because if it works, it's excellent. But if he just dies, it's like, well, no one was even there to help. It feels like NaVi are all, you know, in the right spots to get those trades, and when Boomich does get those opening kills, NaVi are there to react off of it. So yeah, I mean, that Nuke game was just immense, right? I've never seen NaVi play Nuke like that. So
Mate, even thinking back to Overpass, NaVi ran out of time on their T side once, which, you know, okay, that sounds kind of funny that we talk about that in like a positive light, but bro, I would watch games where they would run out of time 7, 8 times in a half on the T side.
That was a good T side, man. Remember, they were 5-10 down from their CT half, and they made that game a 30-rounder. So they really did put in some work on the T side. It just came down to the first half not being enough. Right now, NaVi are keeping it up, and they're running it down mid yet again. Look at Boomage. As we were talking about him, running up Cat with no fear. How is he in ladder within 15 seconds?
It's kind of mental. He's almost become, you know, like your art type character on this team, right? Someone who is going to be hyper aggressive, trying to take away map control. And this round is no different. He's all the way in ladder again. This has been his bread and butter so far on these mid hits, taking this ladder room and using that to manipulate this window control and the information that Vitality are able to get. They so often are getting caught off guard by these fast plays because they just don't have any information ahead of time. And this round is no different. NaVi have gone very, very quick to get the map control they wanted, but now that they've got it, they're not moving a muscle.
Yeah, I wonder where this is ending up. It looks like A from the bomb, and that's a bit scary considering we've still got Perfecto lurking under and Boomage and ladder. How is Boomage going to assist to sell this fake? Drops a smoke. NaVi walking into the palace, though. Kyojin's here, up ahead, and Bit wallbangs him through the corner. How has that happened? Now the split is in. Boomage has jumped off Catwalk, and he's going to backstab onto Shoxy. 5-on-2 now. Boomage with another. Oh my goodness, they're getting shredded. Apex shot through the floor, and ZywOo not long for this world either. There's the late wrap, and Boomage finds a triple kill. Leading by example, that's what you love to see here. We're not needing Simple to go nuclear, although he still is 11-3 on that guy.
It is really something to behold, right? Like, as we say, the last LAN event to have really taken place on like the big stages where everything started to lean into what eventually became the online era was Katowice, and it felt like NaVi were robbed of their chance of an era on LAN. But here at IEM Cologne, you know, over a year past that point, we've got them looking this good versus Vitality. And really homing in on the point you just made, it's not just this simple and electronic show. In fact, you know, like while they've had huge rounds, there has been some monstrous stuff out of the rest of the team. Overpass would have never been as close if it wasn't for Bit. The calling out of Boomage across this series has been impeccable. This is a very complete looking NaVi. This is a very confident looking NaVi. And it's the exact team that we wanted to see come their return to LAN.
Yeah, and the question is, do Vitality have any answer? Do they have any solution to what we're getting out of NaVi? Lots of very different rounds, but all with the same result. Again, creeping out ramp. They've done this so many times. Bits leading it. Sharks walked on, and Boomage through the smoke with an opening kill. He's got to worry about Catwalk. There's a double push there, and ZywOo does respond. Now it's clearly an 8-8, and NaVi are running through Molotovs for crying out loud. Smoke will land. Kyojin trying to hide below, and he somehow gets out to default, but surely there's no way he's going to live here.
Oh, he's gone back up. He just got spammed in this position, and now he's retaken this same angle that they think is clear. I like this at least, right? You're trying to play with the hearts and minds. Oh, an electronic still able to flick onto him. They've got him trapped under Palace, but you're not stuck in here with him. He's stuck in here with you, and now ZywOo all alone in the 1v2. NaVi are bailing. They actually have time to change their minds. They're going back through T-spawn, but ZywOo, trying to remain one step ahead, is already here. Bit and Perfecto, have they bitten off more than they can chew? Free kill out of ZywOo, and now Perfecto has to embark on the 1v1. He's got to peek in late. He wasn't with Bit in this 2v1, and that's a bit of a glaring error for NaVi.
Yeah, I think they thought they could get to B for free at least, so Perfecto was going to run up Catwalk, and you know, then one player gets the info, the other can trade from a completely different position. ZywOo's on for the ace. He's been tagged, he's been pushed back, and the question is, where does Perfecto go? He's only got 15 seconds. ZywOo is playing the clock right now. Forget the ace. He wants the round. He needs the round, and in comes Perfecto. ZywOo lets him cross, and he hits him in the air. There's the ace. Finally, Vitality, something to marvel over. It's about time.
All 5, and that decision in the 1v2 to go through lower to try and get ahead of it, you know, to us, we look at that, we have X-ray, we have the gift of information, we know everything that's going on in the round, and so it doesn't relate, it doesn't translate well enough just how immaculate that decision making is out of ZywOo.
Yeah.
To have made that read, to have committed to the lower tunnels flank, just unreal from this guy.
It's what they need. It's what they so desperately desire, but ZywOo won't be long for this round. It's Simple flashed out of mid, finding that con shot. Shox even getting naded as well. Oh, following up with more utility. Everyone's taking a bit of a bruising in this round. ZywOo's all picked up, thrown over to Shox. Apex just deliver that from con to CT. Kyojin's taken ramp. You got to be careful, right? Think about the amount of rounds NaVi have triple pushed Palace, right? So Kyojin may have ramp, but that's not full info. That's not confirmation on anything. He might catch players late to the B apartments, but in the same vein, oh, Electronic, no, he hasn't seen him.
No.
They are walking right by each other, and now Electronic is running with his knife out. So is Boomich coming back. Kyojin 180. Boomich in position to trade, and this is quite a mess because even NaVi know now they're walking into a stack.
Yeah, it's horrible, right? You get this, you know what you're walking into, you know you're running into a brick wall, and yet you just have to keep going. You have to hope that you can bulldoze your way through, and with Shox landing these kind of shots, it's easier said than done. Boomich finds himself in the clutch and blindsided by Apex on that rotation. Vitality get a 4th, all made possible by Kyojin on that aggressive push through ramp and the timings he's able to find.
My God, yeah, nice try for NaVi to still commit there. They got a couple of entries, but Shox grabbing that AWP from ZywOo's dead body proves to be worth its weight in gold, doesn't it? Couple of closing kills there. And like, yeah, some of these rounds, Vitality, they've been doing their best to get this information, right, to work out where NaVi are ending up. Some of these ramp and Palace pushes, some successful, others not. But all attempts at trying to beat NaVi's default right now. This time again, it's back on A. We got Perfecto lurking under. He's not even got a gun. Back on a pistol. Just selling the B pressure, throwing in all his grenades, keeping 2 here for now. Meanwhile, ramp getting taken. Kyojin, this position has been really good for him, and he gets a shadow advantage. He turns, but he still hits the shot. Simple trades, and now these T's are flooding out Palace as they so often have been.
Yeah, Boomich again providing a lot of freedom with that opener. Accelerates the pace, Simple holds the CT angle, and even gets past ZywOo. Masuuta's the man to get tagged, peeking closer. ZywOo's cancelled out by Boomich, and it is just Masuuta left in this clutch. Knows that Boomich was over towards bench, so likely has crossed into jungle, baits the peak, and Boomich takes him out of the round. A hell of a map from the man at the helm of NaVi. He's keeping up appearances alongside Simple and Electronic at the top of the board.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, right? And we don't really have the same heroes for Vitality. That one ace round for ZywOo. Otherwise, there's nothing to marvel at for the Frenchman. 9-4, and the T-sides today have been immaculate for NaVi. Such a rare statement that. It's often their biggest problem. Fast into middle here. Just Eagles for Vitality. They're waiting for round 15 to get their next full buy. The next attempt at quelling this aggressive T-side. Bit now running up catwalk with Boomich side by side and looking for these entries. It's only 2 men on B. Already you can see the panic rotates coming through market, and there's a Deeg that almost does devastation. Boomich trades onto Shox. Masuuta's still sat here at the back of the bomb site, and they're starting to fall like flies. NaVi having no problems. Everyone entering the scoreboard. And Kyojin on the big flank. Simple's ready.
Oh, yeah, it's scoped up, tiniest of gaps, but the easiest of shots for Simple. 10-4, and it might be another one of these dominant first halves, right? The best you're hoping for is another return to a 5-10 for Vitality. That wasn't enough for them. Back on Nuke, and well, are we going to see an even more dominant scoreline, right? And the idea that this could finish up 11-4, that puts a lot of onus on that pistol round. And it's scary to put your hopes and dreams on a pistol. They can feel pretty wild card at times.
Yeah, flippy, floppy for sure. Even the best laid plans can be disrupted. More aggression here for Vitality. This time it's in the right position, right? They've cleared B apartments fully, but Simple, what on earth? Smoke spamming Kyojin, and back to the AWP. He's got both guns for every opportunity, and Perfecto even kills Mizuta on his push as well. Shox, will he face the same fate? Oh, it's a mess, and Perfecto will not miss. 2 kills up in B, and this aggression has been quelled well by NaVi, looking in for an 11-4 half.
Yeah, I mean, Vitality are getting fooled.
Yeah.
They're getting made fools of. Perfecto has baited them into a B rotate. The A bomb site is wide open. Perfecto's just gone there and rolled out the red carpet for you. ZywOo will catch Electronic on the push, but Simple scoped up, shot misses, clash of these AWPs, and in a 2-on-3 like this, with timings being missed for Perfecto, it could be huge. He does hear the drop down. I think that goes both ways, because Apex even looks aware, and ZywOo loses out in CT. It's Apex versus the world versus Simple, and he's not able to get past him. 11-4 for NaVi. Another one of these dominant T sides. Vitality heroes need to emerge, or else Vitality just might end up falling short in this series.
Intel Extreme Masters Cologne is brought to you by Intel. Acer Predator.
To say the pistol round would feel like a necessity is a bit of an understatement when you're in a position as fragile as Team Vitality.
Yeah, most dominant half in this series so far, and NaVi just look like a different team to what we've seen over these past few months. This is even more impressive somehow. Great T sides today. Let's see how their defense goes. Boomage having to deal with the A-rush. It's right out ramp for Vitality with a top con smoke and flashes to follow. Electronic holding from the window. Boomage dead through the smoke. They're chasing down. They're taking jungle away from NaVi. This is great real estate for Vitality. If they can get an open plant, that they will. And now, well, it's all up in the air.
Yeah, 4-on-5 retake, but there is this ramp flank, right? That's something that I think it's worth paying attention to. It's very dependent on the success of the rest of the team. If they're pulling attention away from Simple, it can give him a lot of room, but he misses the opportunity. Dinked on that peak. Now up through ramp, he should get finished off. The trades are coming in. It's a 2-on-3, a bit of a whirlwind in this A site, but out of ammo. Back in CT for Perfecto. He's late, and now finds himself trapped in one hell of a crossfire. 1v1 and not enough time left for Perfecto. It will be a Vitality pistol locked in.
There we go. That's something. Mizzou doesn't even let Perfecto get out as well with the kit. So Vitality, if there was ever a chance to start believing, this is it. 5-11, quite the recovery needed. But it's going to be easy before it gets hard, right? Forces for NaVi, couple of pistol rounds here at the start. And with Vitality being on the T side, they can go wherever they please. They're looking for the 7-11 before guns come through. Lots of rifles. Vitality don't want to lose to the force buy. Play it as safe as you can. Hubcat for free, much as how Boomage did in their T side. ZywOo's going to do the same, and it's looking like a quick B approach into a triple hold.
Yeah, lots of bodies here for NaVi, and we've seen these Deagles get away with far more than they should be able to. Bits Deagle. Oh my word! A third in the round, and it's all on Masuta. His team laid to waste by Bit on the short side, and now they're all watching on from beyond the grave as Masuta tries to navigate this clutch around that Vitality needed. Stolen away by Bit's Deagle on the short side. Beautiful shots out of Bit. We need a replay of that. I do not know how he just got away with that hat-trick.
Man, they run right by him. He just sneaks into the corner, tucks into the cubby, and man, that's one way to steal a round. Just when Vitality were beginning to believe again, Harry, they were tasting victory on the tip of their tongues, but it's been washed away. Look at this.
Madness, absolute madness, and this round's no different. Electronic on the swing in middle has decapitated Masuta. It is still some form of response out of Kyojin. He brings it back into the advantage of Vitality. Not over yet. They're not ready to give in. Still fighting hard with this force buy and hoping to return the favor to NaVi.
Boomich, does he really want to risk the mid-info? Electronic has a great pop flash for Perfecto, but he doesn't need it. He's just going to walk in through B and clear out the apps fully. Bomb's going A-Wood. Electronic's already rotating. And Boomich is milling about in spawn. They're deciding to go together. Bodyguards walking into A. Kyojin's on the late mid lurk. He'll be coming up through connector. But the big flank is the worry here for Vitality. They don't know it's coming. There's a kit on Electronic. As long as he can live long enough that Perfecto can get these kills, there's hope for NaVi in this retake.
Yeah, Electronic tucked in this corner, right? You have another player who can come here to support him if needed. Right now, Electronic is just playing around the bomb plant, and Boomich is doing much the same. Made onto the plant, they're not going to come in right away. That could have been some free damage, but Electronic hasn't given up his position yet, and it lets him get that kill. They have dealt with the wrap, they've dealt with the flank. The scouts followed up with another shot as well, ridding us, leaving it all on Electronic. 1v1, and Electronic's not missing a beat with the AK. 4 in the round to make it happen. The hearts and minds of Vitality broken by one man on the NaVi side.
What a beast. He's been playing great all day, right? From map 1, this guy has not been quiet. With Simple, you know, he was the guy who was really struggling at the beginning of the day, and Electronic was luckily filling the boots, as was Bit. And so it's so great to see him keeping it up all the way here on the third map. 13-5 Vitality. They're just rebuying round after round. It's all they can really do at this point. They don't have the breathing room. Shox is on a armorless AK, and 2 more have been dropped over.
Yeah, right. At least you did a lot of damage you can try and capitalize on, but you're really working hard to look for silver linings. Blinder of a shot hit the bomb, dropped at ramp, and this might be the great unfurling of Team Vitality. This might be this T-side coming unraveled before our very eyes.
They wanted to pop out Palace. Now they've not even got the bomb. They're stuck here in the choke point, and Simple's got an AWP on the connector as well. He can flick back to Palace if ever needed, but first he's got Electronic as the line of defense. Cywood does catch him from Con with a wide angle, but he won't live long, and Masuta is now alone in an unwinnable position. 14-5, put it down. NaVi, absolutely no way back in for Vitality, not with these 4 spies not working.
So exciting that this is the NaVi we've got at IEM Cologne, man. This feels like a NaVi destined to make a deep run. It really does. I've loved their T-sides, and it's been so long since I've got to say that about NaVi. Their T-side calling's been great. It's set up every one of their CT halves with just these incredible score lines and very little pressure. You know, on top of that, I think the fact that they're throwing in fast rounds, they're changing paces, only makes that slow style that much more oppressive when they do lean back into it. It feels like the old NaVi's only gotten stronger, and the old style, while also bringing something new to the table.
Yeah, they've definitely caught Vitality off guard, sleeping at the wheel, wool over the eyes in some of these halves. And right now, Vitality with a 3rd force in a row. Just looking desperately to get a round out of NaVi. It's not being given over. Galil's not pretty either. NaVi have got your AKs and they're using them against you. Grouping back on the A site with the bomb. Shock selling B. Simple is going to confirm pretty quickly that this is all a ruse. He tells his team not to worry. He has abs. Now, that being said, there's still a triple B. Boomich is about to confirm or deny, and it is him getting denied by Mizuta. An upgraded gun, perhaps here for Vitality as they set up into this A split.
Yeah, Bit's been holding mid on timing, so he's not aware of a player already getting deep. ZywOo does catch him by surprise. Electronic back in CT is getting spammed out, so he's got to use that flash to escape, and it might be a full save here for NaVi.
It's a good call.
Just going to admit defeat in this round, right? The force buy from Vitality has kept them afloat. It does deny 15 to NaVi for the time being.
No, it's definitely the right call. Like, yeah, if Electronic's able to get kills as the ramp players come out, sure, maybe you go for it. You just know that, well, you know, even if you can fight your way back in, the time is the biggest problem. Vitality are going to tuck. They're going to have a couple of players playing that bomb, and they're just never going to peek you. So winning the round is unlikely. Losing all your guns is inevitable. So NaVi just want to keep their weapons and buy up in the next. Can't afford to die here, though. Oh, that's awkward. Electronic falls to Shocks. You're still going to be buying, but it's just going to be one less rifle. That's all that means. And Shocks, one more rifle perhaps for him. Yoink. For NaVi here, it's more about figuring out the finances, dropping the guns over and arming as many as you can. For Vitality, it's trying not to lose your mind.
Yeah, and that's easier said than done, right? When madness is so rife in this series, when the stakes are so high, this is the upper bracket, right? Winner of this has secured themselves at the bare minimum a quarterfinals appearance in the playoffs. The loser, well, their fate's still uncertain, so there's a lot on the line here. NaVi looking to be the ones to book it.
Yeah, loser's going to face FaZe as well, who have actually looked pretty decent, right? We saw them against Spirit earlier on today. Twist's been having some great games, so it's certainly not a free ride in the lower bracket, I can tell you that much here at Cologne. NaVi looking to guarantee that playoffs, as you say, just 2 rounds away. Simple. Had enough of waiting around, and I can barely blame him with shots like that. Maybe the bomb? No, Apex keeps it intact here for Vitality. That is the kill that wins the round, or at least keeps the round going for now for Vitality. Without it, Simple's probably shut Vitality out. Perfecto, he's pushed in deep. Look at his control all the way through the B apartments. This execute's coming in. They've got knives out. Perfecto, easy peasy, grabs the gun. And there's plenty more where that came from. 2 more T's around this corner. They've got to go. They've got nowhere else. 30 seconds here. Molly comes in. Perfecto's done more damage, and he can be happy with that one. This Molly's even stalling Vitality's push. Are they really resetting A with 20 seconds? Boomich isn't moving away. He's still here on the stairwell.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. NaVi aren't feeling the pressure in the same way Vitality are right now. The clock, 15 seconds left on it. Up through Con, the bomb dropped. And for Mizuta now, reality is setting in that this round is one that's going to elude Vitality, putting 15 up on the board for NaVi. 1 away,
Oh, no.
and even Mizuta dying after time to further make matters worse for Vitality. Now just 5 kills away from a playoff spot as a guarantee for Nata Spincer.
Yeah, this is not where I thought this series would go after watching, you know, not only how well Vitality started over Plus, but, you know, how they closed it out despite NaVi's comeback. There was a huge comeback on that T side. Vitality never shaken, never, you know, put down from it. And right now, this looks like a shell of the team we saw on map number 1. 2 dominant victories for NaVi if they can close it here and now, and it feels inevitable.
Yeah, a meat grinder in the A site. A couple of kills coming in for Vitality, hoping to keep this game chugging on, and they will get into A. It's left on to Perfecto in a clutch, and he's going to back on out. So Vitality have at least denied the victory for 1 more round. The question is, how long can they keep this up? The 7th to their name still leaves them 8 away from an overtime scoreline. You are asking Vitality to do a hell of a lot here. NaVi, meanwhile, they need 5 kills in 1 round, and that would seal the deal.
Cat's out the bag now. They're hunting the save. They won't be able to find him. Could be anywhere at this point. So AK kept on. Perfecto could even throw that over to Simple as well. Or Electronic. Both are rivaling each other at 21 and 22 kills respectively. Both had monster performances throughout the day. I think Bit deserves a lot of credit as well for his debut of this series. 30 plus on Overpass. Not enough to win the map, but enough to at least get our fancy, get our eyes.
The thing that is just so startling as well is, like, look at the T-side scorelines on both the previous maps. It was a 12-3 half back on Nuke on the T-side for NaVi, 11-4 here. When you're starting games that dominantly, every single situation that Vitality have moved into in a second half of play has been some impossible comeback that they would have to embark upon. The fight's going on in mid, and with the weapons leaning in their favor, Vitality have at least seen this round through to the very end.
Whew. Yeah, that's NaVi just putting bodies in mid, right? Just flash peeking, trying to fight, trying to close it while they can. And for now, it gets a little bit scary for NaVi. They've got to take some ecos, they've got to give some room back to Vitality, and this is where these Ts can start to pick up some steam after all. It's not over until it's over, and NaVi need to keep that at the forefront of their mind. Pistols, deagles, no armor.
Yeah, you got about 3 rifle rounds left if you're NaVi, right? That's the thing, they are CT side and the money is broken, so you have to bear that in mind, right? Even though there is this gap of, you know, what I imagine is about to be 6 rounds between them, only about half of those will be full investments for NaVi. So still a world where Vitality could take this game to overtime. I'm not doubting Vitality, I'm more in awe with what we've got from Natus Vincere.
Yeah, not in this round though. You're just looking to get this gun out of there. If Perfecto can escape, that would be lovely. Right, because even here, even when NaVi should really be full ecoing, they're just buying deagles, they're putting cash in. It's going to limit their next buy if they don't want to double eco here. But with the saved AK, that might be temptation enough. He should be getting away with it as well. 9 rounds though, Vitality, they're taking the freebies while they got them. They're very happy about this. Makes this game suddenly not feel so one-sided. And really, because of those investments, NaVi probably should be double eco here. Spread the wealth, get some Kevlar, get some pistols, give it a go, but double digits on the horizon, looming over us here on Mirage.
NaVi are actually just keeping the hero AK in play. As you say, they did throw some money into that last round, so they're waiting until they've got everything in the bag. Oh, but Perfecto can still do damage with this AK.
Not like
into
this.
the B site they go. Bitsdeek, we've seen it do
dear.
disastrous stuff to Vitality in the past. This time it's only 1. It has still kept the 3-on-3 open, and Perfecto still taking scalps out of the round. Masuta's dead as well. Kyojin, talk about a trial by fire on the big stages versus the best teams. He's all alone in the 1v2, trying to keep this comeback coming in for Vitality. A moment of silence as Kyojin taps out the first and the second. 10 on the board. Vitality are not ready to let NaVi close this game out yet.
Wow, there's that star power, right? There's that individual flair that we know he has. We've seen it before. Pulling it out at the most important point in the series, really. Every round seems to be that now for Vitality, as they are hanging by a thread on a knife's edge against 15. Against that playoff point that NaVi so desperately desire. What a tap for Kyojin. And what a round for Vitality. It was only eco at the end of the day. Now we've got Simple armed. He's always dangerous, but AWP put to good use, finding that first, and it can all come crumbling down like this. A flash blinded, Simple just doesn't care.
Yeah, man, you are removing his vision. You're using your util to get Simple off angles, and he's still getting kills in spite of that. Simple tries his hand at the no-scope. He's looking to be the man to end it all for Vitality. 3 in this round so far, finally dealt with by ZywOo, but they're asking him to 1v3, crossing into the site. He's got so many angles to worry about. He's going to start by pressuring this CT player in Boomich. Another man nearby to trade, and there it is. Perfecto swinging out. NaVi booking themselves a playoff spot, quarterfinals at a bare minimum, and still a chance to carry it forward to the semis. Oh, this NaVi, they're looking excited.